Well, good morning, fellow champions. It's me, Johnny, the Carnivore Champion, coming to you today with another video. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why I say, and others too, why the carnivore diet sucks. You're watching the Carnivore Champion. Well, welcome back to the channel, y'all. We're hot and heavy into 2026. This is going to be a fantastic year, and I'm so excited to have you along for this journey. 2026 is going to be a pivotal year for the carnivore diet worldwide, I believe, especially in the US and in the West. Now that the food pyramid has been flipped upside down, people are starting to do their own research and realize we've been lied to for about 50 years in this country, and we're going to turn this ship around, trust me. Anyway, let's get on to today's topic. I say, and in the thumbnail you see, I say the carnivore diet sucks. Now, what do I mean by that? If you are an addict, say you're a heroin addict, and you're trying to get clean, the sobriety process does suck. You don't want to get clean. I mean, part of you does, but the dopamine centers in your brain, the dopamine signals in your brain, the dopamine receptors in your brain, they don't want that. That's why it's hard to come off addictive substances. I have a cousin, God rest his soul, he was an alcoholic. He knew for years and years that alcohol was going to kill him. It cost him his family, it cost him his children, it cost him his job many times, and eventually it cost him his life. Why didn't he just stop? I mean, he was a smart, intelligent, educated guy. Why didn't he just stop? For the same reason a lot of food addicts and ultra-processed food and sugar addicts don't stop. It's that dopamine hit in the brain that is so powerful. Now, how do I know this? Well, any time you read research, when they do research on people and they put the I think it's called an EEG, electroencephalogram, and they put the little electrodes all over somebody's head, and then they introduce a certain stimuli. They watch how the brain lights up. Well, when they did heroin or cocaine, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was heroin, to a heroin addict, and they introduced heroin, a certain portion of his brain lit up. And you could see it on the equipment, on the readout. When you have a sugar addict and you introduce ultra-processed food, donuts, cookies, whatever, a larger portion of the brain lights up, which tells you they're getting a stronger dopamine response. But like anything else, when you first have your first few drinks, let's say you're a high school, college kid, and you have your first few drinks, it doesn't take a whole lot of alcohol to get you buzzed or drunk. But continue to do it for years and years, and what happens? Like everything else, you build a tolerance to it. People that are addicted to painkillers, at first they work, but go down the road a year, 2 years, and it doesn't work anymore. They either have to go to a stronger medication or just continually increase the dose because they're getting less response from the stimuli. So if you are a carb addict or an ultra-processed food addict, like myself, then eventually you end up eating so much food that you end up weighing, like me, 350 pounds or 400 pounds or 500 pounds, or like a patient we had the other day, 700 pounds at 29 years old. So that's where we're at. We have to not think about the person as weak or stupid or dumb. We have to understand what's really going on here. Now, how did we get here? I'll explain. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, but when the tobacco industry was sued almost into oblivion and they had to settle a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit, the first thing they did, well, let me back up. Why were they sued? They were sued because it was determined and whistleblowers told that they were engineering their cigarettes to be more addictive, especially to certain sects of the population. This was a huge black eye for the tobacco industry. So what did they do? As soon as the lawsuit was settled and they paid out these huge sums of money to all the states in America, they bought up all the food companies and moved the engineers who worked in the tobacco industry to the food industry. Now, I don't know this for sure, but in Kannapolis, North Carolina, 10 miles from where I'm sitting right now, there is a research campus, huge research campus. They do research on animals, primates primarily. Now, I do know that because I've done some training classes for them before. But what kind of experiments are they doing on these monkeys, on these other animals in there? And who owns it? Well, Dole Foods owns it. Now, why would Dole Foods be doing research on primates? What's the connection between, I think of Dole, I think of bananas and pineapple, but they're layering a lot more foods than just those. And they own this research campus. They paid for the whole thing. It's a beautiful campus. Hundreds of billions of dollars went into building this thing. It employs a lot of people around here. But they're doing animal testing at a food company. Now, I don't know why they would be doing testing on animals at a food company. Maybe they're looking for a cure for cancer, but probably not. But if you can get a primate addicted to certain substances, certain combination of chemicals, you can extrapolate, because there's some DNA similarities between us and primates, that might make it more addictive for people. Now, you can research me on this. Fact check me. Research Center, Kannapolis, North Carolina. You do your research. Tell me what you find. You're not going to find everything that's going on there. I can promise you that, because it's a very tightly guarded place up there. But you know what doesn't need research? Fatty red meat. Fatty red meat. Let me show you what we got here. We have pasture-raised eggs and some bacon. And my coffee's finishing up brewing. Now, I don't know how much animal research went into pasture-raised chickens laying eggs. Probably not much. Bacon, I don't know what studies went into that, but it's pretty simple bacon. And I know my grandmother ate bacon, actually 100 years ago, because if she were still alive, she'd be over 100. And I don't think they did a lot of animal research testing then, but people just ate what we were supposed to eat. It was a species appropriate diet. Hamburger, lamb, whatever. But look at the money that's being spent to destroy our health in the name of profit. I wonder if any dialysis companies like DaVita Dialysis and some of these other huge dialysis conglomerates, I wonder if they're publicly traded companies. Research that. Because if you are the CEO of a publicly traded company in America, you have something called a fiduciary responsibility. And the word fiduciary means, in plain text, maximize profits at all costs. Shareholders want to make money on their investments. Hey, I'm a shareholder in some companies. I want to make money too. But I don't want to make money at the cost of millions of people's kidneys. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent there. The whole point of the thing is that when you're trying to become unaddicted or trying to break an addiction to ultra-processed foods, carbohydrates, or alcohol, or drugs, or porn, or whatever you're addicted to, for me it was pastries. I mean, I literally have eaten 3 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts in one setting and still didn't feel full. I've eaten so much. About 25 years ago, one day, I ate so much garbage that I actually threw up, rinsed my mouth out, and then ate some more. I was trying to get that dopamine hit. I'm not a dumb person. I'm fairly well educated. I like to think I'm fairly well spoken. I'm probably in the top 80% of people in the world, I think, when it comes to mentality. Not the top 20, just the top 80. I'm not as dumb as some, but I'm not as smart as others. And I know that pastries and donuts and candy bars and soda is bad for me. But that dopamine hit is such a strong motivator that trying to break it really does suck. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to eat my bacon and eggs. My coffee's almost done. I got some organic heavy whipping cream that I'm going to add to my coffee. And then I'm going to call it a day on eating until I eat my 2 hamburger patties tonight with some sauerkraut and some kefir. And that's all I'm going to have today. It's rainy and dreary outside, so no sprints today, but I will show you my little workout that I did here at home, some push-ups and some jump rope. And with that, I'll say don't forget to tune in tonight. I almost forgot. Don't forget to tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Real Talk with Brian and Johnny. The show is doing great. We're having a lot of fan interaction. It's amazing. We love it. We love that you guys come in there and comment with us. But tonight's topic, Brian and I are going to talk about the things that we did that we screwed up when we first started Carnivore. We're hoping that some people will see our channel that are brand new to Carnivore or considering starting Carnivore or Keto or Ketovore diet. And we're just going to try to talk about some of the pitfalls or the mistakes that we made as we began our journey. Brian's been at it for 3.5 years. I've been at it for 2.5 years. And so far, so good for both of us. Even though I tend to screw up more than most, I'm still living my best life at almost 60 years old. I'll be 59 March the 2nd. Anyway, guys, see you tonight. Love you. Take care. And cue the music. Let's go.
brand new start, building a fortress, good strong heart. Carnivore for the win, I rise, I'll shine, living my best life, feeling so divine. Got my sights set high, aiming for the skies. Every step I take, I can hear the cry. People doubting, but I know my way. Beef is my power, I won't sway. Bacon sizzling, butter melting down. In this palace of protein, I wear the crown. Healthy and strong, I'll break all chains. This is my moment, I'll dance in the rain. 2020 sucks, it will be my year. Feel the fire, let go of fear. Optimal health, I'm on my way. Follow my journey, I'll show you how to play. Push-ups and sprints, it's a brand new start. Building a fortress, good strong heart. Carnivore for the win, I'll rise, I'll shine. Living my best life, feeling so divine. Feeling so divine. Every workout is a step too great. Eating clean, I'm rewriting my fate. No more doubt, it's clearing my view. With each passing day, I'm breaking through.